Welcome. This is our trip on the Union Pacific Operation Lifesaver train in the Truckee area.
The train was pulled by a Union Pacific Heritage diesel painted in Western Pacific's colors. This train consisted of a passenger car, City of Salina, a dome liner car, Challenger, and a lounge car, Cheyenne. Truckee Mayor Joan Jones read a town proclamation while Union Pacific Vice President Scott Moore and Operations Lifesaver Nancy Sheenan looked on. After the formalities, we boarded the train and departed for Norden.
As we settled in our cars, a California State safety engineer set up an easel presentation and explained Operation Lifesaver was designed to make us all aware of the care that must be taken. Then we sat back and relaxed as our train continued to climb past Donner Lake on its way to the summit. When we reached Norden, the train reversed direction and headed back through the 2-mile-long Tunnel 41.
As we came out of Tunnel 41 and traveled down Lakeview Canyon, we looked up and saw the original tunnels and snow sheds near Donner Summit. Our train continued down from the summit. We passed Donner Lake with views of Interstate 80 on the opposite side of the valley. Just below us was Donner State Park, the camping spot of the ill-fated Donner Party in the winter of 1846 and 1847. Then the train swung down into Coldstream Canyon, giving us views of the old stone quarry below. Coming out of Coldstream Canyon, we soon passed the Truckee Depot on our way to Reno.
Just beyond the depot is the Truckee Rail Yard. Here we see the Truckee Railroad Museum's rolling stock, a rotary snowplow, a Pullman car, and a wrecking crane. As we move up into the dome, we meet other members of the Truckee Donner Railroad Society. Here's the newsletter editor, Steve Disbrow.
Delightful. They need to improve the track, though. It's a little tippy.
You think it's well worth it for us to make us ride like this?
Absolutely. You should do this more often. Once a week would be fine. You need steam on this line now. Steam.
Steam?
This diesel stuff just doesn't happen.
Oh, okay. That sounds great. Now, what do you gentlemen think about this train ride?
Just outstanding.
Never been on the railroad.
This part, I haven't in 31 years.
Yeah.
We came back from Denver in '81, and about 8 years ago, the boys said it was the best family vacation we ever took. Well, we were hanging. I found the porter.
Like the train ride so far?
Well, it's gotten me here to there. You got a mic in there?
Yeah.
Oh. I should clean up my answers, huh?
Okay.
This will be at the annual award ceremony.
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
Now our train descends down the lower Truckee River Canyon. The first settlers to bring wagons up the Truckee River and over Donner Pass were the Stevens Townsend Murphy Party. In 1844, this group crisscrossed this river until their oxen's feet became waterlogged and tender. The oxen were barely able to walk on their bruised and bleeding hooves when they exited the canyon. Caleb Greenwood, one of the guides, looked for a better route on his return trip to the Rockies. He found the steeper Dog Valley Pass that rises out of the present-day Verde. Later immigrants took the Dog Valley Pass and avoided this Truckee River Canyon.
Call on those yesterday. Those got to go.
A westbound double-stack container train rumbles up the canyon. Many of these double-stack trains are 20 foot 6 inches tall. Back in the 1860s, Central Pacific Railway built the tunnels with only 19-foot clearances. Because the double stacks were too tall to get through Donner Pass's tunnels, in 2009 the Union Pacific hired a company to raise the tunnels. The company used a track-mounted overhead grinding machine to raise the height of 15 tunnels over the pass. Once this was done, the trains were transferred from the longer Feather River route to the Donner Pass route. Donner Pass is 75 miles shorter and almost 3 hours faster. In addition, the Union Pacific can run 9,000-foot-long trains as opposed to the shorter 5,700-foot-long trains required in the Feather River Canyon. Now, almost 24 trains a day run over Donner Summit and through Truckee.
Pick up the Truckee River legacy. Coordinate that with the town too.
They'll pick up the train.
Why did it turn red?
Then you see it because it says that.
We emerge from the Truckee River Canyon and head towards the casinos of downtown Reno.
We plunge into the train trench as we near downtown Reno. This 2-mile-long trench was constructed in 2008 to both eliminate automobile traffic delays in the casino district and allow faster passage of freight trains. Built with $300 million of federal money, the 54-foot wide, 33-foot deep trench eliminated train accidents with cars and pedestrians. The long trench passes under a number of bridges. The Virginia Street Bridge supports the main casino street in downtown Reno, and just under the Virginia Street Bridge we arrive at Reno's railroad terminal. This large terminal is situated on the street above the boarding platform. This depot was built in 1926 by the Southern Pacific after the second Central Pacific built depot burned down. The Virginia and Truckee Railroad used the depot until 1950. After unloading some passengers, the train is reversed and heads for Truckee once again.
And there were bears.
On the return trip, our train climbs 1,400 feet up the Truckee River Canyon. The Truckee River flows out of Lake Tahoe, down this canyon, through Reno, and into the desert at Pyramid Lake, where the water evaporates. There is no outlet to the sea. We ride past Truckee once again as autos wait at Truckee's Bridge Street Railroad crossing gate. Then, we travel a short distance past the Truckee Depot and our train waits on a passing track for the eastbound Amtrak Zephyr. Our train proceeds once the Zephyr drops off its Truckee passengers and resumes its trip to Chicago. Once the Amtrak train clears the Truckee Depot, we continue to our final stop. Union Pacific Diesel 7771 was originally a Southern Pacific unit built in 1979. The big diesel pulls us into Truckee and we detrain. Town Councilwoman Carolyn D. wishes Union Pacific Vice President Scott Moore a goodbye as the passengers leave the train.
This is Jerry Blackwell of the Truckee Donner Railroad Society. We enjoyed sharing our train ride with you. Thanks for watching.
Lifesavers.